Raheem Morris. If there is a coach is on the hot seat, he's got to go. And I understand that there's some misfortunes that are happening with Raheem right now with the injuries. Losing Michael Penix Jr. for the full year. It looks like Drake London may go on IR if they haven't already announced it up to this point. But here goes the head coach's statistics for Raheem Morris's career thus far in the NFL. He's been a head coach over 5 seasons since his tenure as head coach. Previous coaching stop, he was at Tampa Bay from 2009 to 2011. His most recent team, if you guys don't know, is the Atlanta Falcons. Everybody should know that. But 32-54 is his head coaching record over 5 seasons.
And he was the interim for the Falcons in 2020 as well.
That is true. Yep, and that's part of the reason why he came back there. He did achieve a 10-6 record for a significant turnaround for the Buccaneers in their 2010 season. When the previous season they went 3-13. This was the largest single season turnaround in franchise history for the Bucs. Finished last year at 8-9. Things started looking up. Started Michael Penix Jr. towards the end of the year, and they thought they had their guy going into this year, and it's just been blunder after blunder after blunder. Yeah. Of course, when you start thinking about Raheem Morris, you start thinking about him at defensive coordinator, right? What has been a theme of this show for years? What's so bad about being an all-time coordinator?
Yep.
What's so bad about being the best defensive coordinator, best offensive coordinator of all time? I don't know if people are in that mindset, but
Steve Spagnuolo.
In 2021, he guided the defense for the Los Angeles Rams to be ranked 3rd in sacks and 5th in tackles for loss, finishing with a Super Bowl title. 2022, he led the defense. He had a defense that led the NFL red zone efficiency at 44% and ranked 2nd in goal to go efficiency at 53%. 2023, the defense improved throughout the season, holding 5 of their final 8 opponents to 20 points or less. With all that being said, he should be fired today.
Yeah.
I'll let you spit. I just got a couple points I got to fit in there. Going back to the Dolphins game. He had Bijan Robinson. Now, I'm not just saying this because he's on my fantasy team. But he had Bijan Robinson at 9 carries for 25 yards.
Yeah.
That's a fireable offense.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fireable offense. Because it's him and Jonathan Taylor right now to me. And CMC are the best 3 running backs in the league.
𝗕𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗵𝗲.
Ah, damn. A 5-game losing streak he's on right now after going 8-9 last year. Mm-hmm. And now he has to play in the next couple of weeks. Tampa Bay, Seattle, the LA Rams are all on their schedule. There's no way they win more than 7 games. They could truly go on a 12-game losing streak during this.
You got Kirko Chains out there too. It's over, bro.
If Tyler Shuck, he's got to play Tyler Shuck twice. If Tyler Shuck looks anything like his last game, he's going to put the smack DZ on them twice because they haven't played the Saints yet. Unlike Aaron Glenn, this is what I'll say about this, man. Unlike Aaron Glenn, the players just don't seem to want to fight for him either. That sideline is not alive. Whenever you see the players for the Jets, they seem to love Aaron Glenn, right? Especially after the win, especially after getting a good play. They seem to rally around this guy. But Raheem Morris, it just seems weird. Get him out of here, man. Get him out of here. Go ahead, man. Should he be fired?
Including his stint as the interim, he is 11-15 all time with the Falcons. The offense, which people think would rank much worse than it is actually 16th in the league with 211.4 pass yards per game. The Falcons have the #1 scoring defense in the NFL, and they have 8 turnovers, which puts them 11th overall. So the defense is most definitely doing their job. But, I mean, offensive play calling, it just seems vanilla. Like you said, you got Bijan Robinson only getting 9 carries in an entire game of football, which is just an absolute disgrace to the sport. it all just comes down to little mistakes that cost the Falcons games. Which obviously comes back 100% to the head coach. You could blame coordinators. You can blame having a bad quarterback in Michael Penix. You can blame whatever you want. It comes back to you at the end of the day. We're not going to say Joe Judge shouldn't have been fired because his team was ass and didn't have a lot of talent. It all comes back to the head coach. You need to perform. You need to show up and get your guys ready. And like you said, they don't seem alive on the sideline. They don't really seem like they care. With that much talent offensively, you got Drake London, you got Kyle Pitts, you got Bijan Robinson, you got a quarterback coming into his second year who's already older, should be ready to go, should be in his prime right now, but no. And obviously he just got injured, and we wish him the best of luck. But when Penix was on the field, he didn't look great. And you don't get a first-round pick next year, and that's not entirely on Morris. That's obviously has to do with the front office as well, but obviously the head coach plays a part in those decisions. You draft James Pierce, you draft Jalen Walker, sure.
Actually, let me back you up just 1 second, though, because Michael Penix Jr., it seems like the first half of the game, he looks all right. The second half, I don't know what happens. He started getting really inaccurate.
It's because they're so limited offensively because they play so much out of the pistol. You can only do so much.
Yeah, I don't know why Raheem didn't call up 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗲𝗀𝗀 if he hasn't already and just been like, how do I unlock this dude? Because as much as we wanted to defend him against that knee injury and say like, man, it just the knee injury, man, like it was years up until that point before we had saw him go out with any type of injury. And then people are going to say, well, he was injured before. It was like 2.5 years after those injuries that he was fully healthy. And so I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know who the Falcons remind me of right now? They remind me of the Colts last year. I think if you bring in an offensive-minded head coach, you have an elite running back, you have an elite receiver, if you can bring in maybe like a Mac Jones type of quarterback to come compete with Penix in the offseason via free agency or trade, not named Kirk Cousins, obviously, because he needs to get the hell out of there. I think they could have a pretty good season next year. They have a lot of talent. They just need the right guy commanding the entire thing.
I believe Penix is their future, but yeah, I agree with you. Like, we talked about this before with the way that positional rooms need to be. They need to be competitive, or you're going to get Trevor Lawrence again. It just is what it is.
Well, it's crazy, and I saw this on Twitter. This made me laugh. You draft a QB8 overall, and you pay $150 million to guarantee you won't be in quarterback hell, and less than 2 years later, you're in quarterback hell.
Yeah. The way that these drafts have gone and the way that some of these quarterbacks, the places that they ended up, is really making some of these teams pay, right? Outside of the 49ers. But there's no reason why you have a guy like Curtis Rourke that's just sitting behind Adrian Martinez and Mac Jones and Brock Purdy right now. He should be on one of these rosters helping them out, or at least competing for a starting job. Or like why Kenny Pickett is on the Raiders not being used at all. To be honest, bro, I'm not a Kenny Pickett guy. I'm not advocating for Kenny Pickett, but goodness gracious, the Raiders could be starting Kenny Pickett right now, who at least has won games, bro.
Nah, Pete Carroll's gonna live and die with this man.
Kenny Pickett is the best quarterback on that roster, hands down, and he's not.
It's not saying much, but yeah,
I don't think it's particularly close. I think it's like him and everybody else that's on that roster. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Aiden O'Connell is abysmal dog shit. Geno Smith has dementia, so it's like, bro, just throw Kenny in there.
Yeah, Lincoln says, to be honest, Atlanta did Pitts dirty. I mean, did all those?
I don't think Kyle Pitts is all that, but
yeah, I think Kyle Pitts is.
He is what he is at this point. It's like Tyler Eifert.
I'll tell you who Kyle Pitts reminds me of. Ashton Genty is the Kyle Pitts of running backs.
I think Ashton Genty's going to be really good, though.
I don't.
Really?
I think he's going to show flashes and be just the ultimate backup.
You don't think he can go to another team and be like elite?
Nope. I think his ceiling is J.K. Dobbins.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to get injured like that, but you know, J.K. Dobbins can come into a game and be like, okay, we getting a little bit of something.
Yeah.
And then the rest of his reps are just all right. But that's how I feel about Ashton Genty. Like, we highly rated that dude way better coming into the league than what he probably actually is talent-wise. And shout out to 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗲𝘀𝗀. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel. What we like to say here is much appreciated. You didn't have to, but you did. And we appreciate it, man. Oh, clip that shit. With the Ashton Genty thing. Yo, Lincoln is stupid, bro.
He's being hit at or behind the line on 60% of carries.
Hey, we're going to use the logic for Jackson Dart. We should use it for Ashton Genty,
it's completely
too.
different.
Nah!
It's completely different.
I don't want to hear that.
Different.
I don't want to hear that, bro. Barry Sanders.
Wall with no... The Lions' O-line was fine. It wasn't... The problem with the Lions was quarterback and receivers besides Herman Moore, and that defense was horrible.
I think the stat about... what was it? It was something crazy. I think Barry Sanders was tackled for a loss.
Barry Sanders did it, so you should do it. Like, bro, what?
Barry Sanders was the most tackle behind the line of scrimmage running back of all time. I think he had like negative 600 yards or something like that. If I remember reading that right. It was crazy, bro. That line was not good.
Barry Sanders is also famous for running backwards to try to go for home run plays as well. So let's put some of that on him.
It worked though.
Sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't.
Come on, man. But that's
why sweetness is the GOAT.
We need to just dedicate a whole stream to how we were right about the Raiders, just to piss everybody off, because it's extraordinary.
I had them winning 7 games. I didn't think they'd be this dog shit.
I had them winning 8. I didn't think they were going to be this dog shit either.
And Raiders fans were like, nah, bro, we're going to the fucking Super Bowl.
Man. But yeah, Raheem Morris, you definitely got to get out of here, sir. There's too much talent on this team just to be wasted for. There's so many coach. I mean, let's put it like this. If Sean McVay was to leave the Rams and come to the Falcons situation with Drake London and all of them healthy, let's say Michael Penix was still healthy.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
Bro, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well,
like this year, they would have went to the Super Bowl with this roster.
They'd go far in the playoffs. I could say that.
Yeah. NFC Championship chance would be happening in Atlanta this year.
Yeah.
Even with all the rookies that are on that team. Jalen Walker, James Pierce, Xavier Watts, when Billy Bowman's healthy, like those are home run hits for them. They all panned out.
But the defense is good. It's just the offense is like just vanilla. That's the best word to describe it. And you got so much talent. So it's just not being used properly.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's crazy.